All right, so let's start session 0. We wanted to have just a quick expectation session, just something to talk about what we're doing, what we want to do in this game, what we like, what we don't like, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. So I guess to start, some of the ground rules that I'm going to not be enforcing are like food and water and sleep and all of that stuff. I'm going to assume that you guys take care of that. I think it kind of bogs down the experience, and I don't really feel like keeping track of your guys. It's like, oh, you guys only have 2 days worth of provisions before you need to stop. How are you managing? I think that's kind of annoying. It could be fun if in the certain circles, but as a DM, I don't really think I'm going to be good at that. Are there any objections? Is anybody dying for that?
Well, we can classify in with that encumbrance, or do you want to keep that as a part of the game?
So I'm going to use encumbrance within reason. If you are like trying to carry a full knight set of armor and 3 swords and 10 battle axes, I'm going to say no. But
yep, all right. Yeah, that's
within
fair.
reason.
One-man army.
So you're telling me I can't carry 700 pounds of stuff?
Yeah,
Only
no.
6.
Only 650.
Only 600.
Okay.
Yeah, you can carry 699, but you know, Sako places that last little like silver piece on your back and you're dead.
Fuck. Dead.
Excellent. I think then we'll still go by the rules of short rest, long rest as far as spell slots go. I'm not going to personally keep track of it. If I think something's suspicious, I'm going to let you guys know, especially in like some once per day type stuff. Like just make sure you keep track of that stuff on your own. Same thing with hit points. I don't want to keep track of hit points. That's your guys' job. And if you guys get down to hit points or whatever, then we're going to kind of go through with that. Do the death saves and whatever. Is there any other questions or issues with like the game, how it's run, or what you guys want out of this? I mean, obviously we want to just chill and have a good time, but you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
No preceding concerns, yeah.
No concerns.
So long as
None yet.
So long as I can, how do we feel about like occasionally bending the rules of the game for flavor reasons in like one-off circumstances? Like, hey, I rolled a 20, and normally this wouldn't really be the way the game works, but it would be really cool in this situation.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna bend the rules as much as we want just to have fun with it. Within reason, I remain having the final say in all rule bends and all things just to try and keep things fair. Also, we can get into house rules as well. One of the house rules that I was talking to another friend DM about is having you guys do your own kill shots. In other words, you guys roll, say, like 10 damage on this creature. I'm going to say, okay, Sean, how do you want this to play out? You killed it. And then you can say, okay, well, I slashed his testicles off, shoved it down his throat, and made him sing for mommy, or some shit like that. But
All that in 6 seconds.
it's wild, man.
Very cool.
I think
That makes
sounds
sense?
reasonable. Yep.
Are you guys creative enough for that?
We'll see.
Super.
I think it'll come to me.
And he
Reserve
smoked him to death.
reserve the right to say, nah, I mean he's just dead, bro.
And that's fine. That's fine by me.
Sword stab.
Yeah.
Any other house rules that you guys have played with or heard with or like think would be fun? House rules meaning not specifically in the books, but like, and we can discuss them as they come up too. But
I don't know enough about it to
The one
give an
the one
opinion.
big house rule that I've come to like is don't be a dick and don't sandbag the party for no reason.
that's fair.
Like don't sit there and be like no, why not? Just because no.
Okay.
That's a pet peeve of mine, but
Okay.
you know.
That's
Yeah.
reasonable.
If something is difficult or you want to do something cool within reason, but it would break the game kinda, we're gonna do some serious rolling for that because I'm gonna let RNG kind of decide your guys' fate on some of those. Like, I don't expect you guys to be able to do backflips all around town. I don't even know what other, like, that'd be some hella aerobatics checks.
I've got
What
a
about-
+7 acrobatics.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Excuse me?
Rolled a
He's also a circus
24.
clown, so
You have,
Yeah,
you
I made a
you-
circus.
you end up with +5 dex? I'm not even sure that's possible.
oh, it is.
Switchblade asks, can there be a cash prize for completing the campaign? Switchblade, whatever you're providing can be the cash prize.
Yeah, what his donations to
yeah.
the entire series.
Yes.
Cash prize.
Are
for
you,
gonna
are
lump
you
sum
playing the
volunteering?
game.
All donations are welcomed, accepted, and encouraged. So go for it, Switch. I have no issues with that whatsoever.
Play of the game.
Okay, so any other questions before we actually like kind of dive in? We can also stop at any time, but
Well, it'll be a little bit of a segue into how we start. Do we want to do full-blown character introductions, or do we want to roleplay the introductions?
that's a good question. I think we should roleplay the introductions, which leads me to another question. Character voices. I'm going to be doing a bunch of them. Do you guys want to do any for your specific characters, or do you want to kind of maintain your own voice throughout this?
I'm gonna maintain my own voice since
Yeah, I got
comfortable
one
with.
voice, and I feel like I'm lucky to have one voice.
That's fine.
I'm okay with trying to distinguish, but I don't trust that I'll be able to consistently keep it up. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try.
I-
I'll try to match your
level of
you
commitment.
know, yeah, your level of commitment.
Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about that. So then, if you guys are going to do that, I need you to tell me when you are not talking in character. Because I'm just
Yeah,
going to assume
copy.
that everything that you guys say is in character. Therefore, anything that you guys say can be heard by the NPCs, and they will react accordingly.
Thank you for thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah. Because,
I put a hat on.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll take my hat off when I'm out of character.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, clarify, be like OOC or something like that, because I want to make sure that I'm not stepping on your guys' toes or vice versa.
I have reveal. I have reveal. Alex, are you the cartographer? So you're gonna like note on this map and
I mean, I've seen it once or twice already, briefly. So I don't know if I'm gonna be the cartographer. I'm not the cleric. The cleric's the one that takes the notes. We don't have a cleric, so I guess nobody gets to take notes, right?
Nope, nobody gets to
Alright.
take notes.
yeah, no one taking notes at all.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the rule.
yeah. No one taking.
We don't
notes.
believe in
Absolutely.
notes. Come on now.
No notes. That's-
Callbacks are not a thing D&D
that's
is
the
known
name
for.
of the game.
What's up, Juicy274? Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. So, this is the map. Finally, the not fake map reveal. I love it. It's great. We're getting there. So this is the map. This is, I guess I don't have a continent name, but you have different nations within the continent. The Rockthorl Nation, Alvulth, the Smith Nation, the Harglass Nation. Within these nations, you have different like regions. Like you can have the Carbon region, the Randuin Mountains, Lake Knock, and etc. I haven't made like a name for the plains or the forests yet. We're getting there. Okay, it's a work in progress. Phandalin, your guys' lovely little hometown, is all the way down here. You guys are a coastal city far away from much of the other continent. As such, you really aren't affected too much by the other ongoings of the continent. Different wars, different news outlets, different ideas is kind of slow spread by different roads leading into Phandalin, and you have definitely several months delay within this city. There are various cities marked along the map so far. Nothing is permanent in this map. I want to retain all rights to go and retcon anything in this map especially adding things, because I'm going to add a lot more names as we kind of get further along, progress in the story. You guys are all coming to Phandalin for various reasons that we've all talked about in the past. You guys know where you're from. You guys all know your backstories. I did ask you guys to have some form of connection into the reasons why you're coming to Phandalin, and Phandalin specifically because it's so out of the way. And this right here is a map of Phandalin overall, kind of like more of a city map. Obviously, lots of farmlands around the city, big farming town, also a big coastal port town. But it's weird because it is very far away from many other parts of the town, parts of the nation. But regardless, it's still fairly big, fairly bustling. Walls up around the city, especially with the split rivers at the end, which is kind of why this spot was taken. It's almost like by design a great spot for a city. Within the city, you have several houses and businesses where people are working. Houses for people that are working the docks, several inns, taverns, so on and so forth. And up here, if you will remember, we had the Red Brand hideout before. It was in a big mansion up at the north end of the city, and this is that Red Brand mansion. You can see it's absolutely massive compared to the rest of the houses. Gives a little bit of context into what you guys were dealing with and where it was in relation to the rest of the town. Are there any questions? Are there any comments? Do you guys have any? Did I explain everything adequately about either of the maps? I mean,
Yeah, they both look awesome.
dope. All right.
Same.
So, Farrenburg bustling, got it. For sure, dude. All right, so I really don't have a specific way I wanted you guys to enter. I didn't have any plan because I wanted to check with you guys first. You guys know your characters, where you are, why you're here, or why not you're here, or whatever it may be. Do you guys want to talk about you guys arriving to the city? Do you guys want me to kind of lead you in and get you all together? How do you want that to work?
Well, last time all of our characters met at an inn for a predetermined purpose. I don't know what all of our reasons are for coming to Phandalin this time. So,
Well, Tom, you know a little bit of all of our backstories, and
I
I
do.
can imagine you have some idea of why we would all be there. Do you
Right.
want to kind of give us a prompt, a sort of introduction, and then we can kind of take it from there with each of our individual
Sure.
kind
Absolutely.
of motivations?
Absolutely. So I'll set the stage in time because you guys are outside of it. The happenings of the original story that we did, your original characters that had got killed off for some mysterious reason, happened about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Long enough for you guys to have either heard about it or been sent off seeking or had communication with whomever you were talking to. I'm going to set the stage and say that there is one local inn that is somewhat close to the Red Brand Mansion. We'll call this the inn that you guys would be arriving at and the natural one for you guys to stay at. So, I'm not going to say that you guys all arrived at the same time, but you guys appear to have congregated into this inn at the same time, regardless. Let's start with Justin. Let's say that you are the first awake on a morning, bright sunny morning. It seems like it's the perfect day outside, and you walk down into this tavern. You're the first one there, and you are kind of seeking breakfast when along comes Alex. Alex actually is following you down the stairs by maybe 3-4 minutes, and you just so happen to be sitting at the opposite ends of the same table. And we'll kind of like lead in that way. And I'm trying to understand how to get you guys to actually have reason to talk, if that makes sense.
Well, Vex is feeling rather dejected. He's been here for 3 or 4 days now. He was supposed to meet somebody in Phandalin.
Okay.
And he wasn't told which inn. He said he was told meet me at an inn in Phandalin, but he wasn't told which inn. So it's been about 3-4 days spending a night in each inn, very, very dejected.
Okay.
You know, and he sees somebody. He sees another barbarian who he's seen around town a couple of times, and is trying to probe for information.
Okay.
Kind of.
Okay, so, I'm going to say that, Sean, you are also coming down from the stairs. You are coming down from having stayed in this inn for several days. And at the same time, you have Sako walks in through the door, actually just arriving into the town. This is the first inn that he really was pointed towards as having availability, good rates, etc., etc. The barkeep kind of comes around and comes to you guys and offers you guys all a couple of ales. Now, mind you, it's like 10 a.m. You guys are just eating breakfast of whatever is on the menu. I'll let you guys decide what you want. And in passing along some of these ales, he kind of makes an offhand comment about Red Brand's, the Red Brand mansion. Kind of looks out the window towards it and goes, it's been quiet up there. The mansion's been overrun recently with bandits, but it hasn't had any sort of activity whatsoever.
This is the barkeep saying?
This is the barkeep saying it as you guys have all congregated around this table, almost like fate or some act of God kind of pushed you towards each other. And despite any efforts that you've made trying to understand more about that Red Brand mansion with the other townsfolk, nobody really knows what has happened, but this barkeep does seem like he knows at least a little bit of information.
What do you mean it's quiet? I thought there was a hideout over here for the Red Brands. Why? What do you mean it's gone quiet?
You said there were bandits.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. We had another group of people come in, not to this tavern, but I was talking to my other tavern mate across the town and was saying that one of our local townsfolk, Mara, took another group of travelers into that mansion to see what was going on. I don't know who exactly they were. I don't know much about them, but I know that they had all entered the mansion and it has since been quiet. Whether they had driven them out or not, I don't know.
Who's this other barkeep?
I don't know.
Which tavern did they come from? If it wasn't here.
It was one down the road. I've already talked to the barkeep there. He doesn't know much more about them or us either. Them or the other party or Mara either. But it's weird. Mara has also disappeared, which is unusual because usually she hangs about this tavern. I don't know where she could have gone or why she could have left. I don't know if she is dead or captured or otherwise.
When was the last time she was here?
Several weeks ago. It was 2-3 weeks ago, actually.
Is she the one that is looking for a serious wizard? Mm-hmm.
A serious wizard? What do you mean?
I have this newspaper article clipping, actually, and it says serious wizard, and it has Phandalin, so I just took this as an ad of you're looking for a serious wizard.
A serious...
But I don't know who.
I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize that there was an ad out for some serious... Are you sure that's not like a name? Some guy that could be like named Sirius or anything like that?
Never heard of him, so I don't know. But if you're looking for a serious wizard, I'm your guy.
All right, I guess I'll keep that in mind. And with that, he kind of sets down your drinks and walks away to go attend to other customers.
Is anyone else at this table, looking for a serious wizard?
Unfortunately, no. You wouldn't happen to have seen a dwarf in the last couple of days, have you? About
From here?
No.
Nope, just got here.
Okay. Well, I was supposed to meet. I was supposed to meet him here. He said he'd be waiting for me.
Is he short?
Yeah, he was. He was
Kind of funny
about-
looking?
Yeah, kind of.
Gray hair?
More white than gray, but yeah.
Nope, haven't seen him.
I don't know what I expected. Okay.
If you guys are looking for a way or for anything to only 7'9", if you guys are looking for a way to like make introductions or to make a connection with yourselves, your characters at this mansion or otherwise, I think now would be a good time to actually talk about it and discuss. Just a gentle push, I guess.
I don't talk to folk that don't want a serious wizard, so I mean, unless y'all want me, I'm gonna be on my way.
How serious of a wizard are you?
Serious.
I'm looking for my friend. His name
You have
is.
friends?
I have very few. His name is.
Understandable.
Yeah. What is that supposed to mean?
Look over there.
Anyway, I'm looking for my friend. His name is Krantor. He was talking to me, going on and on and on and on about red brands. I'm worried that he might have gone to this mansion and done whatever the rest of these bandits have done. I don't know and I want to go look for him, but I don't want to go alone. I don't know what's down there.
You were looking for Krantor earlier, the dwarf?
Yeah,
Haven't seen him.
that's
I'm looking-
That's what I expected.
I'm trying to find the red brand. They, I know they killed my brother.
You have a brother?
Had a brother.
Ooh, so sorry.
Yeah, serious wizard over here.
Yeah,
Serious wizard.
It sounds like wherever this tavern was, this Mara chick might be our best bet into finding Yulon and this Krantor.
Well, then I guess we have mean to work together. I'm Vex.
Vex. Nice to meet you, Ellis.
Nice to meet you, Ellis. Vex is a.
Does that mean-
Go ahead.
Does that mean you put this ad out looking for a serious wizard?
No.
Since but you want to
Uh-oh.
work together and you're looking for a serious wizard, right? Because this
No.
is your ad.
No one
Well,
else
if you-
seems to be hiring you. So.
If you've got nothing better to do, you're welcome to join us.
Yeah.
So you want me? You want a
We'll
serious
watch you for
wizard?
now.
Sure.
For now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You can come along. Whatever we find, you can have a share of. How's that sound?
Sean, you've been just kind of listening to this conversation, and when they started talking about the red brands, you kind of perked up a little bit, and they started talking about these random people that have gone missing in their lives as well, and you realize that you actually had somebody that went missing also.
That's correct. So I hear you guys also have family members or friends that have been missing. I recently lost, or a cousin is missing in my family, and I was sent out this way to try to track him down. It sounds like we all might be looking for some similar connections. I will tag along with you guys if you need a bow.
What great
Wow.
luck. Fate bring us all together.
Yeah.
What is
Luck.
everyone's name? I have Vex and Ellis. The serious wizard. Are you serious or wizard?
I'm super serious. My name is Rubius.
I want you guys to also describe how you look. I can kind of give a description, but I don't want to. It's all you guys now. So, not like in character, but out of character, I want you to describe what the others are seeing when they take a look at you.
So I take it that we're all done more or less with our breakfast, and after deciding that we're gonna, more or less team up and try and head to this hideout, I guess are we all ready to leave this inn, first of all?
Are you talking in character or out?
Out of character. Well, I'm paraphrasing in character. We finished breakfast.
Let's just ignore the DM.
Let's just ignore the DM.
Do our own
No,
thing.
no, I'm getting there.
That's fine.
I'm
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's first get Sean's name. What was your character's name?
Oh, my name's Corin, but I go by Cap.
Corin, how do you look? What do you look like? Describe yourself.
I am a very tall halfling. I am about 4 feet tall, moderately built for my size. I am basically wearing ranger attire, stuff I can run around in. I've got a cloak and then a bow strapped over my back and a quiver of arrows. But that's about me. That's about what I'm looking at right now.
So it must be a short bow then, because you're a short guy. But I imagine like when you go to bring this back, it looks like an England longbow to like what would be like to regular people, just because of how short you are.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
It's a longbow to me.
It is a longbow to you. Excellent. All right, Vex, you're up. Talk to me. Tell me. Paint me a picture with your words, please.
Okay, so Vex is a human paladin. He stands about 6 feet. He looks inside the inn. You could mistake him for an old man, which is why I was trying to get out of the inn. Because as you exit the inn, you realize he looks more like he's 25, but he's got all gray hair and gray eyes.
How do you look 25?
What do you mean?
So in the shadows, you look older.
In the
Well,
shadows,
I'm-
all you see is gray, so he just looks
Yeah.
old.
Yeah. In the shadows, you can't see the lines on the face so much. It's just but you see a full head of gray, so you just assume he's an older man at first.
So you are or are not
No.
old as shit?
No, I'm not old as shit. I'm 25. I've just got all like silvery gray hair, and I got all gray eyes.
Are you
Excellent.
blind?
No, I'm not blind.
All right.
I'm
just-
bald
see
at
good?
28. Do I look old? Says
Bald.
Vi.
No, you're not all gray. We're inside. We're safe.
But Vex is a human paladin.
Excellent. Very good. All right. Alice, you are up.
All right. Ellis is rather tall, 6'4", brown hair, green eyes. Not quite disheveled, but clearly dirtied.
Yeah.
He's been a traveler a while, so he's not commonly clean. But I do not wear armor. I'm a barbarian, human barbarian.
naked?
I suppose I probably could have prefaced the human part of that first, but
Clarify,
yeah, as
are
far
you
as
naked
physical-
or no?
well, at times.
Need to know for
no.
scientific
Currently now,
reasons.
currently now, no, I'm not. I am clothed but not armored.
Excellent.
Do you have a weapon?
I have a greatsword and a pack with me with a bunch of other random stuff in it.
Sick.
All right. I should have clarified that. I have a bastard sword, and
I want to say bastard.
Nah, I did.
Any
I did
sword
want
you
to say
own is going to be a
bastard
bastard sword.
sword. Yeah. You're damn
It's the
right.
one who wields it.
Yeah. So I've got a bastard sword and a small shield on my back.
And I'm assuming, just clarifying, I'm assuming you guys all have like adventurers kits, you guys have provisions, you have like rope, you guys have whatever you would find in the standard
Warborn.
D&D adventurers kit. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, last
Yeah.
but not
And
least.
just from our
Go ahead.
physical appearance, we can intuit what each person's profession will be, except for this super serious wizard, who was very clear what he was there for.
Yeah.
Yeah, what class are you then, Rubius?
He's
Um,
warlock.
Bard.
I'm a wizard.
Bard.
I'm a bard. No, I'm a wizard. I do wizard things seriously.
Okay.
And nothing but.
Is it a family thing?
It is. You could say it's a family thing at times.
All right, so
But,
describe your race, describe how you look, describe everything about you.
I'm a motherfucking turtle. I'm like 5'5" you know, thick as fuck. Check me
What
out.
color
ladies.
are you?
I'm like a mossy green. I got some moss growing on me because I've been around town. Been doing the damn thing occasionally.
Just
Traveling.
so we're
He
clear.
looks like Donatello. Is that what you're saying? Like,
I am not a Ninja Turtle. Don't compare me to a Ninja Turtle. Don't even say the word Ninja Turtle around me. Instant cringe.
All right, if you want to take a look at
What's
a look at the
what's
stream, this
what's
is
a
what
Ninja Turtle.
this is what race he is he's a
Right.
turtle, a D&D race called a turtle.
So a little bit more like an armored Franklin.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Love it. With no armor.
Yeah.
My shell's my armor.
Can you clarify?
Battle
Are you wearing
hardened
clothes
Franklin.
or are you just like freeballing it?
Shelling
I'm
it.
butt ass naked.
You're free shelling it
Let's go.
Wow.
For the
turtle.
ladies. What's
for the
up?
ladies.
Got a
Man,
shell
cover
on.
yourself up.
Indecent exposure.
Well, when you're a turtle, you can get away with things, you know.
Yeah, I
But your
guess.
boy's
So.
got a quarter staff, and I whack people on the head with it. It's what I do. It's my signature.
Excellent.
Do
Awesome.
you are your eyes an unusual color?
Check the name, brah.
What are
Okay.
And they're red.
Okay.
they?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Have you ever met a panda in your travels?
Can't say I have. I don't know
Tiger,
what
a
that
crane.
is. Nope. No idea.
Would you be a kung fu master by chance? All right.
Maybe
So
in a former life.
you guys made introductions. You guys kind of talked a little bit about yourselves. You can intuit how you guys look, and breakfast is over, and the barkeep comes around. You all pay him his dues for the drinks that you guys were drinking and the breakfast that you ate, and you guys are in general kind of feeling all right. You're feeling a little bit more confident about having some form of a lead now that you have found these other strangers who are, for whatever reason, in the same place at the same time with you, but also with similar goals. I'm gonna ask, what do you guys want to do?
Did we catch the barkeep's name at all?
Did you ask?
We're
That'd be
learning.
father.
We're
Was
learning.
Bard-
Not in,
I'm
not,
like-
in, not in those not in that breakfast banter back and forwards. I mean, would we have gotten his name the night before when we were checking in, or no? Or when we were trying to get lodging for the night?
Sounds like
I'm-
we've been there a couple days.
Yeah, it sounds
I
like we've
just got
been there.
Does he have a name tag?
He does not have a name tag. I'll give it to you. His name is Samuel. Samuel Strongheart is his name.
Okay. Well, I say thank you, Sam, and we all as we all.
It's Samuel.
All right, Sammy.
Samuel.
As he walks back.
Samuel. Not Sammy. Not Sam. Samuel.
Come on, guys. We got to be serious. See you, Samuel.
I turn around and I jump off my seat that's very tall for me and start walking towards the door.
Mhm.
Yeah, you all get up out of your chairs, and it doesn't look like Sean has moved. Or I'm sorry, it doesn't look like Cap has moved. His head's just
Wait,
like slightly to the
underneath
left.
the table.
He just like hops off the chair and we lose him. He just goes.
Well, if we're all walking out,
Mhm.
okay, then I'm gonna approach Vex. It seems as though Rubius and Cap are just along for the ride, and Vex and I are kind of the ones motivated to seek out this red brand. But I'm gonna ask Vex, do we feel ready enough to pursue this mansion, or do you want to come scout with me and figure out more about this Mara?
I mean, I really. We can. I feel like she's gonna have more answers than anyone else, but I'm just worried. Krantor's been like my only friend for years. I really just want to know if something's happened to him. Maybe she'll know. I mean, but nobody's seen her for weeks.
Right, that's why I'm trying to find. Maybe this other barkeep knows next of kin, or where they went last, or if they'd heard conversations of her before she left.
You guys have any seaweed?
Fresh out.
Fresh out, damn. All right.
No.
The quest begins.
Let me know.
Well, after hearing that, Vex is gonna turn back around to Samuel and say, Samuel, could you give us the name of that other inn that you were talking about where Mara? I think her name was Mara. Where people last saw Mara?
Yeah, it's just down the road. You can go talk to the innkeep. I'm not sure how much information he's gonna have, but it's just down the road. If you take go to the end of this road and take a left, it's you'll notice it. It's called the Horseshoe Inn Tavern. Inn and Tavern, excuse me. And on the way out, you notice that this is actually called the Seaweed Tavern. It's spelled SEAWEED Tavern, which is kind of what got Rubius's attention and why he entered it in the first place.
Let's go.
2 words.
So
It's hyphenated, please. Yeah. So I'm gonna look back at Ellis and say, I guess we go looking for Mara.
Yep, let's find this Horseshoe Inn.
then I'm gonna turn to Rubius and say, that sounds pretty boring. Do you want to go to the store and see if we can pick up any supplies we might need for this adventure?
I just start walking. Don't take no consideration to anything else. Walk.
Rubius, what's your walking speed?
Slow.
Slow.
So like a brisk pace for you is like normal to everybody else?
Yeah, probably.
He's winded by the time he gets to the store.
Man, what a long journey you made. All right, so I will warn you guys, splitting the party typically is not a good idea. In most cases of D&D, this is our first session, so nothing. I'm gonna make sure nothing happens. I'll kind of guard you guys the entire way, but
to the store we go.
But yeah, like in dungeons and stuff, having a party split can be very dangerous. It's actually the leading cause of death in all D&D campaigns is splitting the party.
I could have swore it was losing health points, but I could be wrong.
I thought it was taking damage.
Nope. As soon as you split the party, it's actually code word for DMs. You don't know because you aren't DMs, but it's code word to kill off at least one person.
We're gonna split the party. Oh, you want TPK? Okay, that's fine.
Oh yeah, there is a big monster around the corner. You're absolutely right. I did forget about that. Let me write one up real quick.
Okay, so
Well,
so we're gonna go through two different arcs.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was going to just say why before I split off, because Rubius is already starting to walk away, even though he doesn't know which way the general store is. Do we need anything for the party? Do we need any health pots or anything, or what do you guys have with you? Also, how much cash we got?
Seaweed is the only thing we need.
So on your character sheets, if you guys want to keep track of gold, that'd be a good idea. I'm not going to nickel and dime it, but at least to begin with, let's say that everybody's got 30 gold pieces. How's that sound?
So I'm gonna talk to Vex and email us and say if they ask if they need me to pick up anything at the store for them while I'm out that way.
A health potion or two wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I mean, so long as they're not too expensive. I've got
Yeah.
I've got a couple of I've got one or two things up my sleeve to help me out, but aside from that, you know, a health potion wouldn't be a bad idea. And a harness, so that we can make sure that turtle doesn't get too far away.
And a rope.
You're buying a fantasy child leash.
Yep.
To tie
Doesn't even
around
have
his
to be a
waist.
child leash. This is a turtle.
Yeah, yes, the turtle.
You attached
Give
a
him
helium
block and
balloon to him, and just so like if he starts wandering off, you're like, oh, there he is, and you can point up to the sky.
Tuck, tuck.
I imagine
Got a
Rubius.
bell.
I imagine Rubius walking away and just saying, "I'm not a child," as he continues to walk. Just continues walking a random direction.
We just stick it to his shell so he can't reach it.
The whole party looks at the camera like, oh, Rubius.
Evil.
Okay.
All right, so let's go through the market arc first. So are you collecting gold from everybody then?
Yeah, I'm
Cap,
gonna collect. I'm just trying to.
are you pooling your money together, or are these strangers? Are you trusting Cap with your money? I guess is
They're
my
gonna give
question.
me a small portion to pay for a couple health pots, but I'm trying to determine going price of those things.
You know
We
what?
should have some idea living in this world about how much they would go for.
Yeah.
Do we want to just chuck
Yeah.
them?
So I'm gonna say that they cost actually fairly expensive. They're 25 gold pieces a piece.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Rip off.
It is a rip off, but it's a lot less expensive than that seed weed somebody's really looking for.
Well,
Yeah.
That's all I'm looking
So
for.
then, having that prior knowledge, I'd chuck him 25 before he goes to the store.
All right. Vex, you too.
Steal
no,
them.
You know,
Steal them.
you know what? I'm gonna look at Cap and say, Cap, I just met you. And I don't have that
And
much
this
money
is
in my
crazy.
name. Yeah, But here's my gold now. Please don't rob me. Yes, exactly. And say, you know, you find a good price on health potions. Tell me, and I'll go buy one. Thank you for the consideration.
Go to the store together.
Yeah, I mean we can. But I mean somebody's got to watch the turtle. I don't even know which way he's walking off to.
I'm already at the store.
Yeah, what do you think?
Debating
Is
this
the
store.
store?
I mean,
Slow and steady, he's already
we're walking the whole time we're talking here, because this ends on like the north side of town, isn't it?
Yeah, so the inn is up here. The inn is up here, and we'll say the other inn that you guys are looking to go to is down here. And we'll just say the market's somewhere in between. It's on the way. So you guys,
Okay.
If it's on the way, then let's not split up. We'll
Oh,
just
you
go
guys
together.
are able to go into the market.
I'll
as
give you back
one
your
group.
cash.
That was
Okay,
a,
so
that was a test of trust.
you enter the market and you do see potions. You see potions of health potions. You see potions of strength. You see potions of you see a bunch of alcohol on the wall for some reason, which is a little odd that it's in the potion section. I haven't fleshed out the prices of all of these things because I didn't think we'd be shopping literally to start off the fucking adventure, but we'll get there when we
Could
get
have been
there.
expected.
On the other wall, you see a myriad of like different weapons. This is kind of like an all-in-one type store. I'm not gonna say it's like a Costco or a Sam's Club, but it's definitely not unlike one of those. On the other wall, you see sets of armor, sets of swords, short swords, bows, arrows, all the sort. And for whatever reason, you can't discern the prices of anything because they're actually not there. You have to talk to the innkeep for whenever you want to buy anything, or not the innkeep, the shop owner, the proprietor of the shop. You you can intuit though that most things are out of your price range at this point in time.
Well, let's
So you
just
walk
get
in
our-
and the shopkeeper kind of greets you and goes, "Well, hello, boys. How are you doing today?"
Just fine. And I'm.
Well, great. I'm doing great too.
Is this shopkeep the overall shopkeep, or are there individual merchants for each stand?
He is the overall shopkeep, and there is actually only one shop in this whole town, so there are other people in this store as well. It's actually a pretty big store, and I guess there are different sections. So like there's a grocer shopkeep, there's the butcher down the way as well selling some of his wares. So it's almost more like a marketplace than it is an entire shop, but it is covered because God, do they hate rain down here.
Well, I'll approach whoever might be manning the potion stand, the brewing stand, if that's this shopkeep.
Sure. And it is kind of like the what I described initially is kind of one little stall section. It's almost like an adventuring stall, if you will. Most or all of your adventuring needs will be found there.
Right. So I'll just approach there and ask the finest health potion you have, please.
Well, sure thing. That'll be 25 gold pieces for one. How many you want? How many you got?
That's perfectly fine. I'm just gonna toss 25 on the counter. At this point, I have no interest in haggling. I'm just trying to get out of the store.
Yeah. Excellent. He slides you a health potion, and you start to walk away.
Yeah, I hear that price and say that sounds reasonable, and ask if I can get one as well.
Absolutely, young man. Here you go. And he slides one down to you. All kind of like cool and stuff, like how a bartender slides a drink down a bar.
Slides a drink. Thanks. What's in pack?
Anything else for you boys?
Do you got any of that that good
Man, you
seaweed?
look like a guy that really wants seaweed.
Damn right I do.
Fresh out, sorry.
Man, I knew this place. This place wasn't gonna have it.
Is there gonna be a national seaweed shortage? Is this gonna be like an ongoing issue?
Yeah, it's almost like somebody's been smoking it all or eating it all.
It's his bowl.
Probably a pretty serious wizard.
Who would smoke seaweed?
It's got a gnarly aftertaste.
Just for like semantics, we purchased potion of healing.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
The greater, just for like inventory purposes. I'll write that down.
Yep.
Okay. I did not. I never even actually entered the store. You know, you guys were saying, "Oh, I want a health potion." I just stood outside and waited.
Okay.
I'm back outside with Vex.
Yeah.
As am I. I have everything I need. It sounds like we're good now.
Excellent.
Backup plan.
Excellent. Glad to hear that we've got some.
I leave
health
sadly.
potions. Your tail's between your legs.
Kicking a rock.
Yes. Yes.
All right, where are you guys off to now?
Well, we're headed.
Look for some more seaweed.
Yeah, we're gonna continue over to the Horseshoe Inn.
Excellent. All right, so you guys walk over to the inn. You see the sign. It looks like it actually looks like a horseshoe crab, which you think is kind of funny because that's not the first thing you would think of, especially in this fantasy world. Horses are very much prevalent.
I have no idea what a horseshoe crab is, so.
Exactly.
A
Did we
very
pass
small
anyone
little-
on the way there?
You pass by just town folk walking through. They kind of look at Rubius a little bit abjectly because they don't see too many of his kind very often. One guy accidentally kicks Cap. He's like, "Oh, sorry, kid. I didn't see you down there," and kind of continues on his way.
Can I ask them a question?
Go for it.
You got any seaweed?
You've actually just triggered the entire town. They now think you're a bum and kick you out. I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, if there's no seaweed here, there's no use for me here.
We are next to the sea.
Oh,
so.
Sako's playing a bard. I understand now. DM, I walk into the inn and look for MILFs. DM, I walk into the inn and ask for seaweed.
No, you ask around a bit and nobody has any seaweed, and actually most people don't even know what you're referring to. It is that rare in this part of the country.
You're setting
On
me
the
up for
shores.
failure.
Dude, I
On
am
a sea
not.
town.
I am not gonna hand you any of this stuff, okay? Your last guy was disposable. That's why he got as much weed as he could smoke in that short amount of time. This guy.
Oh my God.
Hey, you know what he had on his body, though.
Oh, ooh, now we're talking.
Whatever it
So,
takes to get you in that goddamn mansion, I guess. I'm just kidding. You don't even need to go to the mansion if you don't want
So,
to.
Oh, we want to now. We gotta go.
Alright, so we're in the horseshoe, right?
Yeah, Vex is motivated. He's not used to dealing with this many other people, and he really just wants whatever information he can get. So he's already over like trying to suss out who the proprietor is and like just walking over to him if I can see him.
Okay. You guys enter in the Horseshoe Inn, and I don't remember the voice or the name of this bartender or whatever, but we're just kind of gonna go on the fly and be like, he's kind of like short with you guys. Like he does have a decent amount of people in. You kind of caught him just at the beginning of lunch rush, and he's trying to maintain like conversations with many different people and kind of take their orders, get them drinks, blah 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 blah. You kind of you walk in and he goes, "Hey, how's it going? Seat anywhere, whatever you got to do," and then he kind of rushes away.
Vex pulls out 5 gold and puts it on the counter
Okay.
just to get his attention.
He goes, "Oh
Say,
hey, nice gold there. Can you guys like seat yourself or something, or what do you guys want?"
I'm looking for Mara.
I have no idea what seaweed is. Mara, yeah, she used to be a regular at the inn down the road. The Seaweed Inn, ironically enough. I don't know what you're referring to. If you're looking for the Seaweed Inn, it is just down the road. But yeah, she used to frequent down there pretty often. She came in here one day looking for a group of adventurers, I guess. They were trying to go into the Red Brand hideout that it is not really a hideout if we all know about it. And they kind of never came back after that. I never saw any of the adventurers. They looked like a tough group of guys as well. They never came back. Mara has been missing. We don't really know. We try to avoid the Red Brand hideout as much as possible. So I don't think anybody's been up there since. I don't think anybody knows what's going on up there.
Was there a dwarf with them? 3 feet tall, white hair, holding a staff.
Yeah,
And a warhammer?
there was a dwarf. I'm pretty sure a human. I saw an elf that was going with them. Kind of, he had like Serious Wizard on his robes. I don't know what that was about. And another halfling that was with them all as well. So it was a real interesting group of people. I didn't even know how they ended up there to begin with, but there they were.
I'm listening behind Vex, and as soon as he said human, I'm like, approach, slam the bar, and just ask, did he look rich?
Oh, buddy, whoa, what are you doing? This is
Okay, no, not aggressive. Like, to announce my presence, not I'm breaking his counter. It's like, hey, wait, hang on.
I don't know. He didn't look like much of anything to me. The wizard did smell funny. I will say that.
Did you
my
catch
type of wizard.
Did you catch any other names?
Any other names? No. I just know Mara from around town. I don't even think they all introduced themselves.
It sounds like shitty people.
Probably
Are there
was.
Are there any other dwarfs in town that you know of, sir?
No, we're really far away from all dwarves, so no other dwarves would. I really have any other reason to be here. In fact, it's kind of weird seeing your friend over there. Aren't turtles supposed to wear clothes, man? Are you streaking?
Friend is
I got a shell.
friend is a strong word.
I don't know this guy.
Did he look like a bitch? He looked like a bitch.
after hearing no, there's not really there's no other dwarves in town. Vex he doesn't tell anybody, but he's heard everything he needs to hear and just like says, "Thank you for your time." Leaves 3 of the gold and takes the other 2 away because the barkeep, he was medium.
What, he didn't
helpful, but a
provide
little
you
bit-
with-
Medium helpful.
He didn't talk to you. He didn't tell you all the
Yeah.
answers that he
We
had.
didn't.
No,
we didn't
he
buy
did.
anything but information. That's 3 gold worth of
Yeah,
information.
like what?
Yeah, he did. That's why I left
Yeah.
gold on the counter.
I started walking away after my question, so
Ooh, gold.
I'm nearing out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said,
I'll
thank you,
follow.
thank you for your time, and I walk out of the inn. I look over Ellis and say, I'm going to that hideout right now, and you can't stop me. If you want to come, now's the time.
To the
Follow my
Seaweed
rear.
Inn.
I'm already walking towards it.
We're on our way.
You going to the
To the
Seaweed,
Seaweed Inn.
Turtle?
No.
You're
We're splitting
going
up the
back?
party.
We're going to
TPK
the
the-
hideout.
the
We're
turtle.
going to the hideout.
Yeah.
Seaweed Inn.
Want to find out where the other halfling went, or if he's
Is
still
the
there.
Seaweed Inn not on the way to the hideout?
No, so
Not
if
really.
you look
It
at the
is.
map, it's actually down the opposite way. So
Ooh.
Wait, hang on.
We'd have to go through the forest if it were on the way.
Okay.
yeah, so this is the Seaweed Inn right here.
Okay.
Holy shit.
This is the
Massive.
other inn.
There's our castle.
This is the other inn. This is the Red Brand Castle, the Red Brand hideout up here.
Can we trespass?
Where are you
I'm
trespassing?
gonna walk down the easiest method. It's just the
Like
road.
it's like a right turn. What do you want to just cut across all these people's lawns through this like shaded area?
No. I'm trying to
He's
go to
trying
the
get
Seaweed
the fucking inn.
and then go to the mansion, like through the forest.
Okay, like out the back and not approach
Yes,
it directly from
exactly.
the front. That's what you're trying to do?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe you should confer with your party.
I
Squad.
say we just go straight there and stop delaying.
Yeah, I'm not even putting up a conversation. I'm literally just walking towards the.
Can we go after?
Vex
Can we please?
Vex looks at Cap for like the second time, realizing hey, this halfling is still with us. I figured, he wouldn't want to hang out with us if we're all going into this keep, but he's still here. Looks over at Cap and says,
him why he's still there.
I'm about to. Vex just shouts, I'm about to for no particular reason.
He's got voices in his head.
Just like no one, just like no one, no one says anything. But Vex is like, I'm about to. Hang on. Looks over at Cap and says, "You got any reason to stick with us, or are you just along for the ride?"
Yeah, I thought I mentioned this before. My cousin, sounds like potentially the other halfling that was in that party, went missing, and I was basically the family member told to go check on him because I was the closest nearby. So I'm gonna go try to see if my family member's there.
What was your cousin's name? You hear on the wind.
No, Vex asked it.
Yes, you do. He's in chat right now.
Oh yeah, Switchblade.
Man, it sounds like a bitch.
So, Vex asks, you got any way of, I see you got the bow. I'm assuming you're a ranger. Do you have any way of, checking this keep to make sure we're not walking into death?
Yeah, I'm a pretty perceptive guy. I can kind of scope out the area if needed, or when we get close enough.
Okay.
I can definitely check and sneak around if needed.
Okay, so you guys begin your approach not through the back of the Seaweed Inn. You kind of just are going straight there because there's no real reason to go out of your way necessarily. And
Seaweed Inn.
as you approach the Red Brand hideout, the DM hits pause and says that we're about an hour in. Do we need a break, bathroom, refill waters, anything else?
Sure. I'd be good for
Yeah.
5 minutes, real quick.
Yeah, we
Alright.
can take a $5.
Let's take a 5-minute break then.
Also, you're streaming your OBS right now, or
I'm
at least never mind. Maybe it's just because I have.
No, he's
Moon on
not.
my
He's good.
screen.
He's good. He's not streaming OBS. He's good.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so I was before I was looking at the map on your Discord,
Oh, yeah.
Before, then it just had whatever you were streaming. Okay, that makes more sense.
Got it. Okay, take a 5-minute break. We will be right back. Thanks, stream. Is this gonna be Rubius's overarching story and goal is just to find as much seaweed as possible?
Not as much as possible, but to find in general.
You know, I would have been fine with you saying your character has a set amount of seaweed on them.
I ran out. I've been traveling a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. We are right by the ocean. I'm sure we could he could go off and go fishing for a little bit.
Who fishes to find seaweed?
Go walking in the ocean. That's fishing for you.
You're a turtle. Yeah.
Just fucking walk into the
just go
ocean
for a
and
walk.
walk back.
You know what's
That's all
interesting?
character-
We have
How do
very
you
different
fix-
definitions of the word fishing.
There's actually different regions in this fantasy world, and some regions don't have seaweed around their shores.
It's only in the north.
Possible.
Except the random made-up name of that bar. Wow.
Then-
You know
and
what?
Thank you very much.
Switch, let's see you start doing this, okay? And see you come up with some of these names off the dome. Next time I'll start conferring with you when I need a random name of a person, a place, or a thing.
Start a poll in chat.
Yeah, Switch, you're a mod, start a poll in chat. What about you guys? You guys bored yet? You guys think it's going okay? Is this kind of somewhat interesting? It's a bit of a challenge trying to get you guys led into this, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, like the initial startup is gonna be slow no matter what because we don't know each other, right?
Right.
Because like A, we don't know each other. B, we didn't have a common goal. We only just like finally solidified a common goal.
Yeah.
Did we though?
I mean, everybody except for the turtle did. Yeah.
Damn right.
Am I showing up green or am I actually coming through?
You are showing up as a.
Oh, there we are.
There it goes.
Just took a second.
Nice.
Alrighty.
So.
Mr. Fizzles gave out 1 community gift sub. Hey, thanks, friend. I appreciate it.
Look at you, big guy, big spender.
Wow. Vi, say thank you in chat. Use some of those new emotes, Vi.
Mm. Lucky ducky. Let's have some fun. Alright, did we make it to the castle yet?
No.
All right. You guys ready to get back into it?
Yep.
I guess I could have pulled up the mansion while we were in the interim. Poll is up. What's the current poll? Seaweed. I want more. All right.
All right. So while we're like
Ooh,
walking
the viewers are
along
voting.
While we're walking, so long as there's no one else like walking past us,
Mhm.
I'm gonna take the time to get to know Ellis because he's like kind of the only person that Vex is like thinks is like truly his kind of person at the moment. Also, he likes his big sword. Walks over and says, I like your big sword, man. Nice sword.
Thank you. I trust you're quite handy with your sword.
I mean, I normally just swing it alone, but I'm trying to get out more.
I understand.
Actually, swinging at others.
This is a point of compromise I'm willing to uphold. I've been
Compromise.
swinging alone for a long time.
Interesting.
Vex listens to that last phrase and is confused because it doesn't sound like he's just talking about a sword.
Your intuition would be correct. I don't know if we don't have to roll against other players to intuit that, but yes, you are correct.
No, no, but like we have this whole conversation, and then like at the end, Vex, like the very last thing says, Vex thinks and is like, wait, that didn't sound quite right. And then he's like replaying the whole conversation in his brain. And he's like, hang on, this whole conversation didn't sound right. Hang on.
All right, so you guys are approaching the mansion, and just like some mysterious counterparts before you walk up into it.
Nope.
Cap, you're not in it, but you walk up to it. Cap, you are on high lookout, and you do not notice any traps. You do not notice any. You know what? Let's do the first roll of the stream, like an hour in. You want to do a perception check for me, Cap?
I can do that. I'm just looking in the front door, or just like around the whole house.
So
and
you're
like,
approaching
report back
it.
to
So
them.
you're approaching it. You're not even at the front door yet. You're like 20 feet away from it,
Okay.
kind of
Right.
scanning for traps.
I
Can
will
roll
preface,
perception too?
pretend we know nothing of our
Yeah.
initial thing.
Oh,
So Mara had this intel that brought us directly to where we were supposed to be. We're gonna have none of that here.
Oh, don't you worry, baby girl. I'll lead you guys down the rosy path.
Yeah. Can I roll perception too?
Absolutely.
I only got a 14.
Okay, that's plenty.
Oh, that's a natural one.
Alex,
He's not even looking at the right house.
You're facing
That's
the
a
wrong
natural
way.
one.
You're at
bug
the
in your eye.
Seaweed Tavern.
Broke the
Why-
seal.
No.
The turtle's pointing at the tavern like it's over there, man.
My perception is -1.
Interesting.
You got a bug in your eye.
I
You can't see
scold.
squat.
I scored a fat 0 on that roll. It's gonna
Turtle,
be a good
Justin, why don't you
campaign.
guys roll perception too? We'll all break
14.
the seal.
Let me see. I forget
If you,
what my.
if you say another
perception
nat
modifier is.
1, I'm gonna like lose my shit.
No. I got a 16.
You and Justin aren't even in the right town. You are 3 towns over. You took it was real clear directions. It's a right at the next street, and you just kept going straight.
I'm convinced there's a noble person that lives in this town, or that lives in this house.
All right, so with your perception rolls, you kind of see that this house has been abandoned for years. That there's really nothing on the outside. There's no traps. There's no hidden passageways. No like sleeper darts gonna like attack you as you open the door. You do notice though that it must have been rainy the day the last people were here, because there are a set of tracks that are leading around the left side of the house towards the back. You can intuit and see the tracks running around the back of the house. You also see that the door is closed, and the windows, what few of them do remain unbroken, are uncovered, so you can actually look directly in the house should you so choose. What do you do?
I'm gonna walk
Standing
towards the
outside and
door.
not moving.
Just
Standing outside and not moving? Okay.
In protest.
In
Okay.
protest to what?
Okay, that's fine.
Seaweed.
God.
I'll approach the front door, see if it's locked, try and open it.
Okay, you see if it's locked, and you actually do open it right up. You peer inside, and I'm gonna. What was your previous perception check roll?
16.
16. So you do see that it is fairly dark inside, and it looks like nobody has really lived there for years and years. It's very dusty. There is a little bit of furniture, but not a lot. There is a you open up the door, and leading straight to the back is what a certain like dining area may be. You intuit a kitchen must be attached to that as well. To your right, you see a more of a living room area. It's just a big room with a couple of chairs just kind of like thrown about, and on the left you see just this big empty open space that's maybe like 15 by 15 across. And I'm completely making this up. I will make a map later. I don't have one prepared for the actual house itself yet.
I'll ask more specifically, do I see
in.
any footprints on the floor surrounding the door or in the living rooms?
Absolutely. So you see caked mud actually from the last time that anybody was here, and it seems to have gone into the house, kind of stopped right at the entryway, and then left and closed the door. You can intuit behind it, and
It didn't persist into any of the hallways, just this like morning room.
that is correct. It did not go into any of the hallways, any of the rooms, anything like that, for whatever reason.
That's enough for Ellis. I was able. I'll kind of step out of the door. I'll leave it open because I don't care if people want to look themselves. But I'll say, muddy footprints here outside. They walk around the house, but they don't go into the house. Let's follow this trail this way, and I'm gonna start following the tracks around the back of the house.
Okay, Vex finally opens their eyes and can see again.
Well, I mean, Vex hears the Vex hears Ella saying something, and turns around and realizes that the mansion was behind him, and he was actually observing a tree the whole time, and couldn't figure out where this path was until he realized that he was just looking at branches.
There's no footprints in these trees.
Yeah, all I see is a bunch of wood.
Cap, Rubius, you guys up to anything, or are you still standing outside in protest?
Nope, I'm already heading to the back, following the footprints.
Standing outside in protest.
Excellent, splitting up the party already. So the three of you then go around back, and you notice that there's a cellar there, and you see where some of the muddy footprints had come from. You see this really weird, large, three-toed footprint as well, that's kind of coming up from the stairs and leading straight out towards the nearest bridge right across the way. I'm going to pull up the map for my stream because I realize you can't see it. There's leading from the back of the mansion towards the bridge, and presumably far away. But other than that, you see several footprints going into the mansion, and only several you see like maybe half a dozen footprints going into the mansion, and only several coming back out.
Can I what kind of roll would that be? I want to see if I know what kind of shape this footprint is. Like what species?
Sure.
Maybe a history or an animal handling.
You know what, Tom? For potential backstory reasons, can I roll history on that?
Yeah, you can roll history.
Okay. It gives me a 0 instead of a -1, so
That's fine.
That is a 14.
You've never seen these footprints before.
Okay, they
do not look familiar. You have not nor would have ran into anything that would have laid these footprints before in your travels.
Okay.
Excellent.
And there's no other, like, these footprints lead only to the cellar, correct? There's no other.
That is correct. Aside from like
one's going to the bridge.
One going to the bridge, yes. You can intuit that every set of footprints must have come and gone around that same route. Is that even a foot? I don't know. Is it a foot? It's not turtle shape. I'm sorry, Switch.
So,
you do notice though that the cellar door is cracked open as well.
okay. Well,
But I will cautiously approach. I'm gonna.
You go barging in and die. I mean,
Is it just gaping stairs down to a door, or is
Yep.
it like a storm shelter where you gotta lift the hatches?
nope. It's gaping like stairs down to a door.
And yeah, I'm gonna head down the stairs.
it's been a week since people disappeared from here. Is this cellar dark now?
Yes, it is absolutely pitch black.
Okay, so Vex is gonna grab like a medium-sized stone, probably something about yay big.
Okay.
He's just gonna cast a cantrip. He's gonna cast Light Bearer on it.
Okay.
Just to make it a source of light he can move around.
Can you read what's the radius on that?
Oh, I have to look.
All right, that brings us to our first lesson in D&D. Have your spell sheets and your character sheets prepared ahead of the stream.
Yeah. It's a.
What was it? Cast light?
Yeah. It's literally just a light cantrip. So I didn't look up a.
All right, we'll just say for now it's 10-foot
1 hour,
radius.
10 feet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
20-foot radius.
Okay. 1
All right,
hour.
we'll say
1
it's
hour.
a 20-foot radius then.
Okay.
20-foot
Okay.
radius, and then 20-foot dim radius beyond
Okay.
that.
Okay. So I take one stone and toss it to Ellis, and then just grab another stone for myself.
Yeah,
Excellent.
well, while this is happening, I'll have like my left hand's on the doorknob, and I turn around after I see this light from behind me.
And you see
And
a
Ellis
rock.
is-
You see a rock
Yeah.
hang straight for your face.
Yeah, Alice will be like, "Nice trick," and I'll catch it in my right hand as I'm entering.
Can you make a dexterity throw?
Throw.
Okay. To be fair,
A dexterity
I
roll, I
like
mean.
beam it at his face. I like lobbed
This
it.
thing.
So
yeah,
like.
this thing. All right. Let's see. Where's my dexterity? Doggone it. That's an 11. Can
11?
I catch a glowing rock?
Yep, you caught it with
Tossed
ease.
Gently at my face. Okay.
Yep,
cool.
you caught it with these. Cap, what are you doing?
Cap is muted.
And then, there we go. Wait for them to go down, and then I'm gonna kind of follow afterwards, just so I can see where they're going.
Okay. And then Rubius, I imagine you're making your way back to the inn.
I'm actually walking over to the bridge where the
Okay.
water is. I'm taking Cap's advice, and I'm gonna go fishing.
Okay. All right. So you're like knee deep in the water then, we'll say, and you're searching around for any sort of foliage at the bottom. What do you fucking eat, dude? Like, what does your
Seaweed.
species eat?
I'm looking for seaweed. That's literally it.
I know,
I
but are you like
imagine you're
munching on
vegetarian.
snacks while you're down there, or like what are you doing?
Nope, I'm just searching.
All right. Well, because
I'm not
this
hungry. I
is a
haven't had any
freshwater,
seaweed.
because it's a freshwater river, you don't really have much of a chance of finding any seaweed whatsoever. But we will continue on. I just want to make that abundantly clear for the radio audience.
I will search. I got nothing better to do.
All right, so the three of you enter this room. You enter the under cellar, and you kind of see a fountain right at the end of your vision. You see several doors. You see one to your right. You see one to straight ahead behind the fountain, and then one straight to the left of the fountain. And riverweed only. Damn it, Vi. Sorry, chat. You go down into it, and there's really not a lot around. You kind of start to begin to feel a faint stench from the one door behind the fountain, and aside from that, that is
So we've
where
entered
you're
where
at.
your mouse is. Is that where we are?
Yeah, you guys have entered right to where my mouse is. This is you guys are right here. It's a spider.
Okay.
Okay, there's a spider there. Okay, cool.
Any of the doors open?
Uh,
If the front door was slightly ajar, I'm gonna quickly check if the other three we see are any of them also propped open.
Sure. So the two on the back wall by the fountain are open. You kind of notice that the one on the left is what looks like a wall that is open, intuiting that it's like was a secret door at one time, and the one on your right is closed.
Okay.
I'll take a couple steps into the room before noticing the turtle is not there, and I'll just ask the party. So that Rubius, I guess he didn't want to come with. Who saw him last?
Who last had eyes on the fucking turtle?
I don't know. It was my job to watch him.
I thought you guys were watching him. I
Or in
I
the
saw him
front?
walking towards the stream as we were heading inside.
Do we think we need him?
I guess I can run outside the door really quick and just kind of yell at Rubius and say, "You find anything?"
While he's doing that, I'm not going to venture too deep, but I'm just going to kind of walk up to the doors. First, the one behind the fountain, and just peer through the open door.
Okay.
I want to kind of cautiously gauge what might be in these rooms.
Okay. You see blood and two bodies in there that are by this time fairly far along the process of rotting, which is where you notice that the stench came from, and it is almost overpowering. It's like eye-watering how strong the stench is.
See, I would want to ask, hey, can I try and intuit how long these bodies have been here? But I don't even in real life know how soon does a body start stinking.
Absolutely. So you can intuit that it's been a couple weeks, we'll say.
Okay.
That along with the prior knowledge that maybe
People have
it
been missing for a
was.
couple
Yeah, people
weeks.
have been missing, yeah.
I mean, do you have a bonus to any kind of medicine skill or no?
I don't think I do.
No.
Oh, actually, I do. It's because that's wisdom. Sorry, I almost dropped my dice tray. I should have exclaimed. I'm not interested in anything further. I'm just gonna. I can see and smell that these are old, probably weeks old.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna pursue it any further.
Vex, any thoughts?
there
Any
anything-
actions?
Vex has been splitting the difference between Cap and Ellis, because he doesn't really know which way to go here.
Mhm.
And he doesn't really. He can smell death. He can smell the fact that there are dead people down here.
Mhm.
Really doesn't want to have another one on his conscience.
Okay.
He doesn't. So he can smell death, and he doesn't really. He's like I don't really want Rubius, who followed us down here, to end up dead because of him. So I'm not just gonna leave Cap and Rubius to themselves.
Okay.
But at the same time, I don't want to leave Ellis by himself either.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm not going too deep, so I'm still within your sights.
Okay.
After looking in the room, I'll turn back and say, yeah, these have been here a couple weeks. And then Cap said that he yelled out to Rubius. Was there any response?
So I found some algae and I wrapped it in some kelp looking shit. And I pressed out all the water and I put it in my parchment bag to try to get it to dry out a little bit, but I'm still outside protesting.
Have you walked back to the building, you mean, or are you still at the bridge?
I'm just chilling at the bridge.
Why is Rube? Okay, we'll move on.
I'm not sure why he's protesting.
He just really wanted to go to the Seaweed Inn.
Yes.
Yes.
And there was no compromise.
For what?
protesting.
We came from the Seaweed Inn. That's where we
No, did
started.
not.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
Yes, it is.
We started
What?
at the Seaweed Inn.
Yes, we
That's
started
what
at
I-
the
walked
Seaweed Inn.
to the
That's-
Horseshoe Inn.
That's what I was
And then
trying
you're
to
like, I want
explain.
to go to the Seaweed Inn.
The Seaweed
All
Inn
right,
is
well, I'm still
here.
protesting because I'm dumb as shit.
Yeah, that's why when the innkeep said, "Oh, they frequented the Seaweed Inn," all three of us were like, "Okay, that's a fucking lost lead. We're not gonna go back there."
One track mind, Seaweed Inn.
Okay. Well, now we know that the Seaweed Inn is where. Remember how we went through this whole thing that I said, hey, it's also called the Seaweed Inn, which is why Rubius was attracted to it? Do you
Yes,
remember
but
me
one
saying
track
that?
mind, I forget that we've been there. I want to go back.
All right.
To be
Sounds
to
good.
be fair,
Sounds good.
to be fair, I did say we didn't have a clerk. We didn't have a cleric, and clerics are the only ones that take notes. So that means no one's taking that means no one takes notes,
God, you're leaving the notes up to the DM. That's dangerous.
Love it.
Ooh.
right?
I will say I'm protesting specifically because I want seaweed. And
We
there's
understand.
been no promise of helping to find seaweed. I don't have any draw to this mansion. So I don't have any reason to go inside it.
Fair.
Not even to see if there's any sign of this serious wizard that was mentioned at the other inn, the Horseshoe Inn.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, fine.
Nor do
Wait,
I care who that
Wait,
is.
hang
Fair
on,
enough.
hang on. I literally at the beginning of the session, I half tried to contract you to come with me. And
For
you
what
were like,
though? Like you think I'm just gonna follow you around?
what? Yeah, I was gonna pay you for it.
We discussed none of that.
Yeah,
This is true.
You were too
This is
busy
true.
worried about seaweed.
Yes. So
Do you want to discuss it now?
No.
I
He's
still
here.
stand
All right.
outside.
That's fair.
I told him I told him he'd get a cut of whatever we found down here. So
Oh.
That is fair. But I got one track mind for seaweed, so unless there's some offerage of some seaweed, then I really have no reason to go in the building.
okay.
Well, all right. Can we agree?
All right.
We're not pushing too deep, but Steve X is hesitant to go further.
I'm gonna
Cap's already called back.
I'm gonna walk back over to Rubius and say, I don't know why you're being so hesitant. I also don't know what the heck seaweed is. But I know
Good
that
stuff, man.
I know that my old friend Krantor used to love smoking pipeweed. If that's anything close to what you're interested in, if he's down here, I need to find him, and I'm sure if we find him and you ask, he'll be more than happy to share.
So if we don't see him or find him, will you help me find some seaweed after?
Yeah,
You swear? You
Absolutely.
promise?
I promise. Absolutely.
Will you shake on it?
Sure.
I stick out my little turtle fin.
God. No, you have
Does it
hands. You have
Does it
hands.
have fingers? or
I
is it
want
just
a
fin?
fin.
It's just a bunch of toenails on a stump.
Is it like a Powerpuff
hold
Girl
his
hand where
staff
it's got like
like
the
this.
tiny little hairs on it?
Yeah. So does that mean you shook my fin
Yes.
hand thing?
Yes. I
All
gave
right.
you some fin.
In the building we go.
Oh, the raid
Excellent.
boss is down.
Okay, now that alright, now that we've tackled the biggest obstacle here. Okay, so we're all back over by Ellis now, or at least I'm back over by Ellis now knowing that we're all together and I'm not gonna have somebody else's death on my conscience.
Yep.
Or somebody else go missing.
I've
Yep,
settled to the fact it's safer to go with a party than by myself at this point, even though I'm antsy to move along. So I'm just kind of impatiently resting against the fountain until the comeback.
Excellent.
I think we're all back and ready to move on. So
Yep.
Excellent.
Do I have a cup? I'm pretty sure I have a cup with me, right?
Are we doing this again?
Yes, you have a cup
I don't know
with
what you mean.
Yes, you do have a cup
Yes.
with you.
Okay, can I walk over to the fountain and scoop up some fountain water
Absolutely.
and use cantrip to turn it into some Sprite?
Absolutely. Sure.
Awesome.
But
I ask anyone else want some Sprite?
But you don't know what Sprite tastes like because Sprite doesn't
You also-
exist in this world.
yeah,
It's lemon lime.
So you make lemon lime water.
Perfect. Mio.
okay.
You make lemon lime water, and the only reason you know that is because you are from a somewhat coastal town that would have access to ports and lemons and limes to
To
reduce
some
to reduce like scurvy.
Yes, perfect.
Compromise. I love it.
Me too.
All right, so the four of you are now ready to move on.
Please.
Where are you, and what are you doing next? Do you need me to start railroading you or not?
Right.
No, we checked the closet. We're gonna check the only other door that's in this area. There's only one other
The
door.
wall
in this
door?
room, right?
Yeah,
There are
there's an
two.
open wall door and then
Oh,
there's
there's
a
no wall door.
closed door.
And just so we're clear, none of this is canon. This is an old map.
So, do we want to go through the? I mean, the wall door's open. We've been kind of following footprints. I'm really not interested in any rest of this cave. I'm really only interested in finding.
Right,
And
we're trying to
finding
find people at this point, so we're gonna
Yeah.
go through open pathways. So I'll start heading down the open wall door.
Yeah, after convening and discussing it for a second, does anybody else have any other desire to do anything else?
Nope. I want to find or potentially see if I can find my family members, so I'm going to follow
Okay.
along. The other door doesn't seem like it was used recently, so this makes
Okay.
the most sense.
Down the hallway we go.
Excellent. So you guys go down the hallway, As you turn the corner, you kind of see this huge open cave that even like outstretches to the point that your lights don't see the end of it. But you do see two bridges. The one closest to you see is collapsed, actually, strangely enough. But the other one on the other side of the cave seems sturdy enough, but it is still standing and kind of going over this giant chasm that's going down the middle of this like weird cave in the middle of a in the middle of a cellar underneath this mansion.
Can we see either the? Are there any?
You
Can
see
we
across from the bridge that is still standing, you do see a hallway leading down further into where the cellar is.
Okay, and the other is the other pathway open as well? The one that's further, the one that's closer to us.
There is no other pathway.
Okay.
Let me just
Okay.
do this. Retcon.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Seems
guess-
our path is cut and dry,
Is-
and
is
I'll
la-
start
is-
walking towards
is-
the bridge.
Is laid out for us. I mean, I was gonna say like once we're done, we can like search the rest of the area and see if there's anything useful, and just call it that. But like,
Retcon.
that's fine.
No.
Mr.
Okay.
DM, this is so much railroading. There's only one path.
Vex makes his way over to the northern bridge.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, he's gonna use his action to divine sense,
Okay.
just to check and see if there's anything overly evil in the area.
You sense nothing.
Good.
I'm gonna cross that bridge and head
Yeah, I was
towards
gonna
the
say,
pathway.
does the bridge seem sturdy? Can we cross it?
It does seem sturdy. You go one at a time. Rubius, you're a little nervous. Are you following them or no?
I'm waiting for everyone else to cross.
So everybody's across the bridge, and it held up just fine. Maybe a little creaky, a little dusty, but it did hold up just fine.
Wait,
How
much
can
did
you
how
say
much,
little?
A little.
how much do you weigh?
Enough. Weight never mattered to anyone before. Let's not discuss that.
He's
But
not
enough
gonna
to be
offer
concerned
that
about
up.
crossing this bridge.
You gotta get this man a pound of seaweed before he offers.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Rubius? It's all shell.
I guess I slowly start walking across, but like I'm holding on to like anything for dear life.
The bridge gets out, you die. No. You slowly
Slowly
walk
crosses.
across, and
Is
it
there
like
any other way?
there is no other way, and it bends to all hell, but it does not break. And just like your willpower to find seaweed, it will never be broken, and you safely make it across.
God.
And at the very end, it snaps, and you take 86 fall damage.
Yeah, this is a huge chasm. All right, so you guys
Not
are gonna go
86,
walking down.
86.
You're gonna go
Yeah,
walking down the
We're gonna
hallway.
enter this pathway.
Yeah.
All right, so you get to the you go down through this pathway and you approach another door that is slightly ajar, but not totally open enough that you can see anything in it. It is pitch black in there, and Rolla, what's your passive perceptions? What are they around?
Passive perception is -1.
Okay.
Wait, passive perception as in like mine's 15.
Well,
Oh,
Jesus.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Passive.
Um,
Okay. Wait. Passive perception is gonna be 9.
So, Sean, you smell like remnants of some like biomatter, but like it smells almost like a corpse would have been there, but definitely not nearly as strong as the two corpses that you found in the first room behind the fountain.
Like a corpse would have been there. Do we smell anything else?
You smell the metallic kind of smell of blood, but it is dried up and not very strong.
So this is as we're walking down the pathway to go towards the only door.
Correct.
Smell
And you
this
kind of smell it coming from the
foul
door.
rot and
Yes.
potentially blood. All right. I'm gonna go very
I've
carefully.
been leading the pack. Yeah, I'll enter slowly.
Oh, before we enter the room, do we want to like throw one of our little light rocks in there?
I'm gonna walk in with the light rock.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so Justin, you walk in. The remainder of your party is behind you, and a trap springs, and you die. No, and you see this one desk, and you see a bookshelf behind it that is kind of strewn about. You see there used to be many more books, but it seems like somebody was eager to get out of this room and didn't really care about the remaining books there. You see remnants of what seemed to be a pretty brutal fight. You see blood that is kind of poured down around this desk, and you see right at the base of your feet when you just walked in, you see pools of blood that were there and dried up, as well as sort of drag marks that kind of streak across the floor. You also see on the desk a couple notes, just kind of sitting there plainly under what were candles, but the candles were let to be burned down to their cores, I guess. So it's just candlesticks with like wax around it.
Is the wax covering the notes, or are they still legible?
The notes are still legible.
And do the blood dragging marks lead to a particular direction, or is it just out the door?
They just lead out the door.
And I'll walk up, start looking at the notes.
I wanna look at this doorway more. There's just random pools of blood in this doorway.
Okay. Roll a perception check. Hopefully you have your eyes open this time.
I hope so. That is the opposite of a natural one.
It's a crit 20.
It's a crit 20, so a 19.
Wow.
This dice either hates me or loves me.
Clearly.
Loaded.
It's loaded. Are you sure you're not just flipping a coin? So you look at this door, and you look at the ground around it, and you look at the ground around the desk, and you kind of can discern what seemed to be a pretty valiant fight. You see kind of blobs or shapes of where bodies may have laid and soaked up some of this blood before being dragged. You can actually count 3 of them by the door, and you count 2 of them kind of like on either side of the desk, as well as where blood was dragged from around that desk and through the now open door. Same thing with the bodies that were right in the door. Justin, sorry, go ahead.
So five total areas where there are, so like a grand total of 5 or 6 people that were just bleeding like crazy.
You intuit that there were 5 bodies that were on the ground that soaked up blood, not necessarily that there were any more people that were bleeding out from that.
Okay, so 5 people. Vex is gonna do a little bit of mental math and say the innkeep said there were 4 adventurers and Mara, and now there's 5 pools of blood on the ground in this one room, and there's no bodies.
That is correct.
Okay.
Ellis, you take a look at the notes on the desk, and you see what looks like a pretty hastily scribbled note, as well as a really crude looking map. The note scribbles on there. Can you read anything? It's written in common, so you can read common, right? Okay. Yeah. Just want to make sure.
I'm not
read
stupid.
You never know. You read what seems to be like a note saying retreated back. It says to those who come to the red brands that come looking, abandoning this hideout, moving to our
corporate offices.
Thank you. Our corporate cave offices over yonder. As you recall, it is based on that map, if you go northeast of the town, go this amount of distance, and you will find it hidden there amongst some brush off the beaten path around 2 miles down. And he kind of shows you the other piece of paper is a really crudely drawn map that kind of outlines exactly where he's talking about, crossing the bridge from the manor and then going across and down to the east of where Phandalin is, and kind of leading to where you would imagine that this cave would be.
Seems rather trusting and specific that they'd only expect Red Brand to find this note.
Yeah, well, given the fact that nobody else from the town has even like thought about coming and investigating, you can kind of imagine that like it seems like a very dangerous spot that many people don't know about and are pretty weary of the dangers of.
True. Well, Ellis is visibly more agitated, but he's gonna grab unless it's waxed to the desk, he's gonna grab up this note and kind of like upsettingly kind of just drape it over while he says to the rest of the party, "Looks like we just missed them. They're not here anymore."
I would say they're not here anymore. I'd say most of whoever was in this room isn't here anymore.
Yeah, this doesn't seem to bode well for whoever you were looking for.
Well, Vex is continuing to scan the ground. He's looking for anything. He's looking for like part of a piece of fabric. In particular, he's looking for a holy symbol. He's looking for a holy symbol to bear of Baron True Silver. I don't know if he finds anything like that, or if he finds any kind of paraphernalia. He just wants to know if like one of these pools of blood was his friend or not.
He does not find anything like that, but based on all of the other leads leading up to this and the disappearance of your friend, I would imagine that you would want to at least try and investigate any and all leads leading towards wherever they may go.
You said there's a map on the table right now, so I'm gonna go over there and pick up the map and say I think we should follow this lead and see where this takes us.
Okay, excellent. Rubius, any thoughts?
I'm just looking through the bookshelves.
Okay. Do you want to roll an investigation check?
Sure. I would love to. Ooh. Is that? Damn, 28 23.
So say 28. What the fuck?
Yeah, 28 would have been hella high.
What's your investigation?
+5.
Oh God.
Sheesh.
Good God.
You actually find this book that you vaguely recognize. It's written in Aquan, however you pronounce it. It is a common language of your people, and you kind of intuit that like there really is no reason that this person should have had it here, and that's why it was left behind. But it actually kind of goes into the processes of cultivating, growing, and understanding how to make the best yield of crop of sea urchins, not seaweed. No, seaweed. And but it really has no mention of like where to find it or how to even begin some of this crop. But it is definitely a piece of a puzzle of building your own farm if you so choose.
Love it. I'll take it with me.
We're playing D&D. He's playing Farmville.
So we are at exactly 2 hours from our start time. We can get into the next bit of adventure. It will be a lot more exciting if that is not plainly obvious. But it'll also take some time to get through the entire thing. How are we feeling? Do you guys want to keep moving forward? What do you want to do? The book weighs 300
like-
pounds. Roll for strength.
I feel like personally, I feel like I'm finally starting to hit a stride, and we're finally starting to move somewhere and do stuff.
I know it did take a while, and I apologize. I guess that's like first session stuff, and I didn't have any
Okay, that's what it is.
any plan for this to be a battle. Do you guys want to keep
going?
moving, or is this where we want to call it for at least this week?
Not
I think-
too. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think we could at least set our pace, start heading to where we want to next. Kind of leave it there, maybe.
Agreed. I'm not like too interested in like going in depth into it, but
Okay. Vi is gonna then take over for the entire party. They're good for another hour or two, and I trust them implicitly.
same.
Yeah,
As
right.
long- they have the right thought of seaweed. Love it.
All right.
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to go back to town first? Do you want to head straight there? What do you want to do?
Well,
Straight there. My vote.
after looking at this map, do we know like how far away this cave is?
It's about
Is
2
it,
miles.
is it like okay? It's only about 2 miles.
It's less than
thinking
an
about if
hour's
we-
worth of travels.
Okay.
For who?
I was
You-
wondering if we were gonna need to like get a carriage or something like that, but
No. It is based on the very crude drawing. You can understand that it's not that far.
okay.
That
Probably
you're-
no one's still seen Rembrandts if we're still that close.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So we're stopping at the inn, right?
No.
I was promised that we would stop at the inn.
Who promised
Yeah.
that?
Hold on. Let me. Vex told me.
Now, I told you I would help you. I'd help you look for seaweed, not go back to the inn.
We haven't been there. It's the Seaweed Inn. They have seaweed.
We literally came from there. That's
I
where
do
we
not
started.
recall.
That's
I
where,
do not recall.
That's where we met.
Yeah, that's where we
They
met.
didn't have it on the morning menu, so why would they have it for lunch?
I'm gonna
You're kind of
gonna-
feeding into my reasoning.
I'm gonna look at Rubius and say, don't you remember Sam?
The fuck
Sam
is Sam?
Sam,
Samuel.
Sam from the seaweed
Ah, Samuel. He was, like average height.
Inn. Yeah.
Like a decent build, right?
Yes. To be frank, I
Well-
have no idea what he looks like. So
Yeah.
I don't recall him.
Yeah, none of you
Don't
fuckers like
repeat
actually
it.
wanted to investigate and see what he looked like. So
we shouldn't
We
even
kept our eyes
investigate what he
closed
looks like.
every time we
Yeah.
talked to him.
Looking in your mind's eye and remembering what he looks like, you actually realize that he's actually a pretty big burly man, and that he probably would be better suited for like blacksmithing than actual owning a tavern. That big, strong, burly of a man, definitely able to handle any of the bar fights that he may come
Big
into.
strong man.
Rubius is
Well,
That's what.
protesting.
Okay. What are you protesting? Do you have a sign, a picket sign?
Yes.
Krusty
duly
Krab is
noted.
unfair.
Vex is gonna look over at Ellis and Cap and say, "Do either of you?" First of all, he's gonna look over at Rubius and say, "Can you read common?"
Yes.
Okay. You're gonna look over at Ellis and Cap and say, "Does one of you have a piece of parchment in some way and like a piece of charcoal?"
I have this map.
Okay. Well, then Vex is gonna pull out one of his scrolls that he really doesn't want to do. He really doesn't want to mar at all. He's gonna
His new
take it.
iPhone 14.
Yeah, right. He's
You
gonna
can use
he's
the
gonna
back
peel
of
off
this map.
the bottom
But there's
part.
some paper and some of these books you could use.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna peel a page off of a book. That's just like that's just over on a bookshelf, like
it's
a
the
blank
title
page.
page that's blank.
Yeah. Yep. The title page is blank, and I'm gonna scribble
you,
on it
you,
in
you pick
common.
up the book. You pick up the book and you read the title, and it's "Cooking for Lonely Wizards."
cooking glass for lonely wizards. Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna scroll on it in charcoal and say, "We've been to the Seaweed Inn. There is nothing there." I'm gonna hand it to Rubius and say, "For the next time you want to go back to the Seaweed Inn, this is a reminder that we've been there, and there's not any seaweed there."
I haven't been there though.
You have. You walked
We've
in.
been there. Do you trust
found
us?
out it at the
Trust our
Horseshoe
word?
Inn.
Vex tucks it into his shell and says, "Let's get out of here."
Pats his walk.
All
We're
right.
leaving the building and going to the Seaweed Inn.
All right. What are you guys doing? Where are you
We're
guys
going to the Seaweed Inn.
Are you guys following the map?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So three of you
Protesting.
guys all follow the map. One of you is standing in the back, shouting out "Krusty Krab unfair." For some reason, we don't understand why. So you guys follow this map. You are following it down the road, and you actually see why none of the people from the nearby Phandalin would have come up upon this cave, because it's actually inset into a small forest. And you see where you were you not looking for it, you would have missed it completely. But you were looking for an opening into this forest, and you actually see a small like set of brush that looks like it's easily movable, and you can actually get through it fairly readily. And beyond that brush, you see a small like little clearing tunnel, almost like a deer path, if you know what I'm talking about, that leads straight into the forest, seemingly into the side of this hill that the forest is kind of surrounding. That's all you're getting from me right now.
That's all you're getting. All right, I'm pretty handy walking through the wilderness, so I'm gonna take the lead this time. I'm also a bit stealthier than the big guys, so I'm gonna just start
The
making my
clanking
way in the
barbarians behind you.
yeah.
You're also short.
Clunking barbarians.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
just
trying to
I
sneak
roll
ahead.
for
Excuse me, I'm a
perception to see if I can see anyone or see anything.
Absolutely, go for it.
He's sneaking ahead.
I'm gonna give you
but
advantage,
I'm tall
too.
enough to see over the brush, and I can keep an eye on him the whole time.
I'm gonna give you advantage too. So whatever you roll it twice and take the higher two numbers.
All right, I got a 15.
15. Okay, so you kind of walk through this deer path clearing that's winding through. Are you guys following? Is Rubius? Are you standing out there
behind him.
protesting?
I'm checking to see if my algae's dry or not.
Okay. The other two, are you guys following him then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm keeping an eye on him.
Okay, so you guys are following him, and as you get to the end of this path, you happen upon this clearing that a river is actually flowing through, right through the middle of the clearing, and into that river, right into where it is meeting with the cliff face. You see a sort of cave, like an opening, a circular opening that looks like it was bored into, and you see two goblins just chilling out there. They're kind of like lazily standing guard. Right now it's like maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They didn't have their like afternoon cup of coffee, so they're kind of a little drowsy, a little tired, and don't want to really be doing that. You can intuit that these guys are standing guard and have instructions to kind of not let anybody in willingly. Turtle, do you
They appear
want
to be on guard.
They do appear to be on guard, but kind of sheepishly.
How far away are they?
They're right across the clearing. We'll say they are 15 feet away.
Oh, wow, so they're really close.
I guess 30 feet is a better. Yeah, 30 feet away is a better.
Did I say 15? No, this is a huge clearing.
It's not huge, but it's not small.
I mean, 30 feet still not.
30 feet's
All right,
10 yards,
so
right? So
I'm
Yeah.
going to stealth, since we see these goblins, I'm going to stealthily get to a better vantage. If I need to shoot my bow, I'm going to just kind of go off to the side, get a better shot on them in case we need to.
sick. I like that. Okay, so you kind of circle around the clearing, still stealthily in the woods. These goblins have no idea you're being very quiet and kind kind of just like chilling on the side there, keeping watch, waiting for any sign or movement or whatever. I'm imagining you're not just firing or doing anything, right?
Nope. You're just kind of moving off to the side to see if they're gonna notice us or if I need to start firing. So
Okay.
I'm gonna let the other guys, if they're gonna charge in there, charge in there. I'm just gonna stand in the back and be safe.
Okay.
So so we're in this clearing by the cave. So can we see the cave entrance or no?
You can see the cave entrance. You see a faint light coming from within the cave, but you don't see anything in the cave whatsoever.
Okay, so we got clearing, and we got like our little weird path.
And there is a river that's coming out of the cave, and these goblins are standing on either side of the river. You guys are on
one on each
How wide
side.
is it?
It is 5 feet wide, and you guys are on the river is flowing past you to your right. So there is a goblin directly ahead of you, and then a goblin over the river to the right. Sean, you are over to the left of the clearing. I'd say still about 25 feet away from these goblins, but still within the woods.
Okay, so we're all okay. So there's no full pathway there, but we're like on like kind of like a trodden area, like in the woods.
Yeah.
Okay. Vex is gonna take a relatively medium-sized stone
Okay.
and chuck it over to his right, about 25 feet into the woods, to have it make like the biggest sound he possibly can,
Okay.
to try and draw their attention somewhere else.
Okay. So you do that, and the
You
goblins.
want me to make like an athletics thing or something like that for that?
I'm gonna assume you're okay on this
Okay.
one. So you do that, and you actually make a ruckus because it's not something that's really exact that you're doing. You make a ruckus over there to your right, and the goblins, who were previously kind of just like leaning, chattering almost, kind of like snap to attention and go, "What was that?" And they both kind of take a look at wherever you threw the rock and are just kind of like bending down and trying to get a higher vantage to see like if it was some form of animal or something over there. But they still remain in their positions.
Alright.
What do you do?
I'm gonna whisper to Vex, having seen Cap walk over and hide in the brush. I'm just gonna whisper to Vex, these don't look like the folk to give us any answers. And so I'm gonna start walking as slowly and quietly as I can towards the left side, but
Okay.
to the edge of the clearing, nearing the leftmost goblin.
Okay. Okay, you're
They're
still like 25 feet away from him.
Right.
So you're
They're
over
not
by
wearing
where
any-
Cap is?
Is that where Cap walked? I thought he walked to the right side.
No,
Yeah.
the right is the river. Cap walked to the left, sorry.
Then yeah, I'm
Yeah.
be sitting next to Cap at this point.
Okay, they're not wearing like anything that would like signify that they're Red Brand, would it?
Nope, they're just fucking goblins. They wear typical goblin attire, which is not much. It's kind of like a
nothing.
little like
Loincloth.
loincloth essentially.
Okay.
Rubius, are you done fiddling around checking if your stuff is nice and dried?
Is my stuff dry?
Yeah, we can assume it's dry right now.
Okay. I'm gonna take the piece of parchment
Okay.
that someone nicely stuffed into my shell.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll it up with
Okay.
some my dried algae in it,
Okay.
and I'm gonna ask if anyone has a light.
Are you with them?
Yeah, you're not by anyone.
Yeah, you're
I
kind of
look
just
up and I see no one around me, and I go, "Oh." So I tuck it back in my bag, and I'm like, "I'll save this for later," and I scurry off to where others are.
So you scurry down the path.
Yep.
Okay.
With no care of how loud I'm being.
Okay. That sounds good
We're
because
all
I'm
looking in
sure
the
your
woods.
sneak is probably pretty bad anyways. So you're actually like
Not that bad.
too big for this clearing. And as you come walking up, you notice that this weird guy Vex, this weird human Vex, is like straight ahead of you, and the other two are nowhere to be seen. So as you kind of come walking up, your shell is getting caught up on foliage, and the goblins previously already being on alert, looking to the left, are now kind of staring straight at the clearing, cautiously, and the one on the right side of the clearing actually pulls out his bow, and the one on the right side of the river, pulls out his bow, and the one on the left begins to draw his sword.
Vex
And you are
takes
approaching Vex.
Very.
See me?
They do not see you.
can
You guys
hear
are in
you.
the shade, and they're like directly in the sunlight.
Can I just run out into the open, like preparing my shell defense, and just being like, "Hey guys, I'm lost."
Absolutely.
Where are you guys at?
Yeah,
the one-
I like it better that he has not, conspired with any of us before doing this. I
That's-
feel is the proper
Yep.
reaction of Rubius. He's just walked into the open like,
Yep.
why are we in the brush? Let's just go.
So you actually escape the brush, and the one on the right side actually trains an arrow at you. And you said, what did you say? You said you're lost.
Yeah.
The one on the left
Yeah, and
side. Sorry, go ahead.
I ask, I'm like, "Hey, no, actually, fuck it. I just say I'm lost."
Okay. The one on the left says, "Yeah, you sure are, buddy. I would advise you to probably turn around. I don't think this is any place that you really want to be." And
guys
the one
know
on the right
common?
side goes, "You should get out of here, dude.
I don't know where I'm going, so where do you want me to go?
Anywhere but here. Anywhere but here.
Well, where's
Like,
here?
here is here. There is there. Go there, not here."
But I don't know where to go. You ain't making no sense.
Okay, so I want you to take your left foot, okay? I want you to plant it into the ground, okay?
Lifts up the right foot,
Plants it into the ground.
plants it into the ground.
Perfect. Excellent.
Yes,
Okay,
fireball.
you are 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I want you to pivot on that foot and go 180 degrees or towards your back, okay?
Just trips and falls
Excellent.
on my
Now-
stomach, not on
now-
my back, because that'd be doomed.
Vex-
Excellent.
Vex
Excellent.
is
So
having
now-
a really, really hard time not laughing at this because he's dealt with it for the past like 3 hours of dealing with this turtle, and now somebody else is dealing with it, and he is having to stop himself from laughing the whole time.
Now, see where your tail is pointing? Go that way.
Tail's tucked under my shell and just pointed at them.
Yeah.
See where you're.
So I
See where
stand
you're.
up and I start walking.
God damn it! Turn around now. Where are you? Are you like 10 feet away from them then?
I'm assuming I
Which side
started
of the
like
river are you on?
25 feet away.
Which side? Are you gonna cross the river? Like you're gonna go towards the guy?
No, I don't want to cross the river. That sounds dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah,
What,
the
did I
gun was
start like 25 feet from them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, let's say I'm at like 15 feet then.
buddy. I'm gonna have to ask you to stop and turn around and go back the other way.
Okay, I stop. I don't turn around completely. I only go like 45 degrees,
Okay.
and I just start walking.
Okay.
I'm like I'm
Which way?
walking away,
Towards the
but
river or
like, it could
towards
be
the-
taken as I'm walking towards.
Where are you? Okay, so you're walking towards the river or towards the other side?
Like left. Like
Okay.
I'm still heading left. I'm not
Okay.
crossing.
Okay.
The river's to the right.
Okay,
Am I
so,
wrong?
he's walking between the goblins and Cap over there,
Yes. That's what you're
Okay.
doing.
Yes, perfect.
without knowing that he's doing it. He's walking between them and the goblins.
Absolutely. The goblin says,
Okay.
just stop. Okay. Just stop right there. Just stop.
I stop and I'm like, "You got any seaweed?"
No, got no seaweed. Nothing for you is here. So go elsewhere. Like keep going, turn in the same way you did. Keep doing that, and then walk more.
I keep walking in the same exact direction that I was walking.
Okay. At this point in time, you're about at the cliff face. And you are, let's say you're not directly between Cap and the goblins, but you're still kind of in the way. Like it's not a clear shot.
Okay.
Other
I'm
team
just
members, are you
walking
gonna
until
bail
they
them
tell me.
out, or you're at the cliff wall, like you're at it. That you can't walk any further.
I look at them and I'm just like, "All right, you dumb fucks. Like, where you want me to go?"
Down that way of the wall. And he points away from you.
I hit the wall and I'm like, all right, I did it. Like, where now?
Anywhere else. Jerry, do you want to just loose an arrow at him? And Jerry's like, yeah, sure, fine. And so Jerry actually looses an arrow, and he doesn't intentionally aim for you. He aims at your feet and actually hits right at your feet and says, yeah, go the other way of where that arrow landed, because he hit the arrow between your feet and this one goblin. This is your last warning. Any more than this, and we're actually firing at you.
How tall's the brush?
It's brush, dude. It's like 6 feet tall.
Because I'm saying, like, am I still within sight lines of Vex, considering we're both over 6 feet and we're in the shade, but can I see him?
I mean, vaguely,
Is it
but
that
not
thick?
I mean, like, so
you can vaguely see him, but you guys are a good 15, 20 feet away.
We
Right.
both
I
know,
don't want to.
we both
I don't
know
want to
where
talk
to
to
look,
him.
So.
Right. We know where to look, but at the mention of him saying "loose an arrow," I want to look at Vex and kind of motion with my hand, like move in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm like a step away from walking out of the brush as soon as that arrow hit the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. So like the second I was
Since
actually gonna do the same thing. So
Since he's looking at me and Cap, I'm not going to reveal our location yet. But
Okay.
that's what I want to motion to Vex is.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Let's move in.
so like this I'm not trying to retcon this. This whole time Vex has been trying to very slowly creep over to the right, just like very, very slowly.
Okay.
And once that arrow hits the ground, Vex is gonna like kind of leap out of the brush
Okay.
and try and cover, and like he's gonna leap out of the brush with his shield and the sword in the other hand.
Okay.
And,
you gonna go
and
in
like
Do you want to do I will give you, because of such a great diversion by some dumbass slow turtle,
Yeah,
I will
right.
give you a surprise attack on one of the goblins.
okay, well I can't. How wide's the river?
5 feet.
5 feet.
5 feet. Can I make an athletics check to see if I can jump the river and get to the far goblin first?
Sure.
Okay, cool. That is 19.
Okay, you do it. You jump over gracefully over the pond. You land a little bit in the water still, but not like soaked, not like carried away, but you do make a splash.
Cool.
And they start to notice you.
Yeah, they start to notice me.
I should imagine.
So they were what, 25 feet away, we said?
Yeah, we'll say you're 15 feet away. From the
Okay.
one that is across the river that has his bow, that had just fired his bow and is reaching into his scabbard for the next one.
Okay.
So
then
he
I'm-
cleared the river and there's still 15 more feet to the goblin.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, he was pretty far away. Okay.
He was up against the wall. I'll still give you sneak. I'll still give you advantage or an attack if you want it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go in for an attack. I'm not gonna like aim for his head or anything, but I'm really, yeah, I'm gonna take a swing at him.
Okay, go for it. Make an attack roll. I don't remember exactly how sneak attack works, so I'm just gonna give advantage to you for right now, and
Okay.
we'll go from there.
That's basically all it is.
Yeah.
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 Attack.
I think there is some D&D semantics. There
Yeah.
used to be a surprise round. I don't know if surprise round still exists in 5e.
I think it does, but we're
but
gonna
then-
ignore it for this one battle because I was not expecting it to go like this.
That is a 14.
That doesn't do it. Was that with
Really?
advantage?
Uh-huh.
That was your best roll?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you come out and because you splashed in the water a little bit, you don't really like get a true sneak attack on this guy. And as you are swinging your sword, you said you're not aiming for his head, you're aiming for his side, and because of which he's able to kind of like skirt out of the way and realize that you are full-blown attacking him, as well as knocking another arrow into his scabbard. And we're gonna roll for initiative now, if that is okay, or do you want to be done and roll for initiative next time? I think this battle should be fairly quick, though. I would hope this battle is fairly quick.
No, let's do it. Let's
Run
do
it
it.
then.
Yeah.
Okay, roll for initiative, please.
Do we add any numbers to this? Oh,
Yep,
initiative.
your initiative number.
Initiative. Yeah. I got
Ah,
7.
look at me.
12.
16.
I got 12.
And Justin?
7.
What is this?
All right, so that turtle that has been so good at causing a distraction is up first.
What the fuck is this?
You are just so to paint a picture. You are up against the cliff wall, somewhat between the goblins and your other party mates. Although I don't know if you know that the party mates are there. And then you
No
have this
idea where
one
they are.
goblin that now has a sword out on your side of the river, and then the other one, as well as Vex, on the other side of the river. The other one has an arrow pulled out.
I am going to cast Ray of Frost
Okay.
on the one on my side of the river.
Okay. Is that a cantrip or a spell?
As a cantrip.
Okay. And what has to happen with that is I have to roll against your spellcasting modifier. Is that correct? What is your spellcasting modifier? Actually, no. I think cantrips just hit, right? Can you read me what the cantrip is? Like, just read the description.
Make a ranged spell attack against a target. On a hit, it takes 1d18 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
Okay. I'm gonna roll, and it is against your spellcasting modifier, I believe. So can you give me what that is? It should be on your list. On your, like, where your cantrips are and stuff.
15.
15. All right, so that
Is it
hits.
spell save?
No, it's spellcasting ability.
Spellcasting ability.
Plus 5.
Spell save.
proficiency
So it
bonus?
is 15. It is
Okay,
15.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
It is 15 for you. Okay, so that hits. So now you do damage. So you roll 1d8.
Which one of these bastards is...
And you're doing this against the one that's closest to you, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
6. Wait, do I add to this?
No, just takes
No.
1d8 cold damage. Okay, so you do that. You hit the ray of frost, and this guy, like, he gets visibly cold. He starts shaking his breath as, like, actual, like, frost coming off of it, like you would in the middle of winter, and he looks pretty bloodied. He does not take this very well at all. He's pretty visibly shaken as well. You can see worry in his face. Do you still have movement in your turn if you want to move anywhere or do anything?
I would like to move back to where I came from.
You should feel
The act
bad.
is over.
Okay, so you now move back towards where the entrance of the clearing is and where Ellis is still hiding.
Does this put me like 25 feet away from the person?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Excellent. Now it is the goblin's turn. The goblin that you fired at Rubius is very, very shaken up and is just like, I did not sign up for this. Screw this, you guys, and just goes darting into the cave. And the other one is still has an arrow knocked and is actually going to aim it at Vex, because Vex is the closest.
I'm like right in his face. Okay.
So
Before we get too far, how far into the cave does the other guy make it?
like 15 feet.
Okay.
Were
He's-
they both
And
stand
he's-
like right outside the entrance of the cave?
Yeah.
He was slowed too.
Yeah. So,
So
that's why it's
couldn't
only
make it
15
to you.
feet. Yep. We'll call it 10 feet. I'll give you guys benefit of the doubt. He's now 10 feet into the cave. I'm gonna make a ranged attack roll against Vex's armor class. That is a 13.
Yeah.
Does that hit?
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. We're gonna do. I'm actually gonna roll disadvantage because of how close he is. It only makes sense. It's still a 14. So I'm gonna say that he kind of brings the bow around and shoots it at your feet, and he does.
Oh wait, hang on, I forgot a thing. 12 plus dex, it's a third. So yeah, my AC is 13.
Your AC is 13.
Yes.
Tie goes to the attacker because I rolled a 13 at first, I believe.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll 1d6 damage, and that's a 3. So he does 3 damage to you. He kind of like grazes by your shin and does 3 hit points of damage to you.
Okay.
And after he fires, he kind of starts to retreat back into the cave as well. And I'm gonna give you an opportunity attack because of him trying to disengage.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll damage, or roll an attack roll.
That one is a 16.
A 16, that'll hit.
Yes.
So roll damage.
1d6 because that's one-handed right now. That is 3 damage.
3 damage. All right. So you kind of swing at him as he's retreating, and you kind of clip the back of his arm, kind of like right where his tricep is, and he retreats back into the cave, and actually is meeting up with his other cold compadre, and his cold-blooded compadre. They're both 10 feet into the cave.
There's no chance for us to get a shot off at either of them.
There will be on your turns. So now is Cap's turn. Cap, you're up.
All right, so I'm going to move over to the right to make sure I have a line of fire, and I'm going to shoot at the farthest target so that he's the furthest away right now.
Okay. So that's the one that
is
that Vex
slowed.
just swung at, or you're gonna do it at the one that's slowed. Okay.
Yep. Because he had the most time to run away. I got a 21 to hit,
That'll hit. Roll damage.
and then I got a 7 to damage.
Wow. Okay. So we are gonna go through our first kill. All right. Describe it to us.
All right, so I'm going to just pull back my bow, kind of aim it a little bit up in the air because he's a little bit far away, and I'm just gonna let it arc. You're gonna see it slowly start flying to the guy and just hit him right in the head, and he just falls forward into the water. And you see his body just starts going back down the river.
Okay. So you hit him in the back of the head, and this poor fucking goblin that was just minding his own business and like pretty warm before, his cold, lifeless body just kind of slumps over into that river. And you see his other friend who has been taking battle with you guys actually like is visibly shook up and like kind of throws up a little in his mouth after he sees that, because he was not expecting this to be how his day went, and kind of yells at you guys like, you fuckers, and you
killed Kenny.
You killed Kenny. And that's good. And that'll end Vex's turn, or Cap's turn. It is now Vex's turn in the order.
So this goblin's taken off before I can reach him, and I don't know if I'll be able to catch him or not.
You will, because he stopped. He's about 10 feet into the cave. You're about 5 feet outside of the cave, so he only traveled 15 feet. Yeah, Kenny did have 2 children with his girlfriend. A really sad story. His girlfriend's gonna be real broken up with this, but she knew the risks. It was a good line of work, and you know what? Come say, come saw. Vi, do you want to name his children?
Okay, we're gonna go after him.
Okay. Leah and Tia. Tia or Thea?
He's writing down.
He's writing it down. Wonderful.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Tell
Leo.
Tom.
Leo and Thea. Oh, so a boy and a girl. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, what's Vex doing?
I'm taking a swing at that other goblin that's still around.
Okay.
That's a 4.
That's not gonna do it, bud. Sorry.
I don't like this dice. This dice has been rolling like low.
Okay. So you go in chasing after them, and you again, this goblin like has got your number. Like, dodge to the left the first time, you're like, oh, he's gonna dodge to the left again. Swing at him at the left. Oh, nope, he's to the right. and just
Queen of the
completely
Head
miss him.
That's what I get for swinging my sword by myself all the time.
Yep. Sorry. It is a shame.
For swinging my sword alone all the time.
All right, Ellis, you've been so patient. You are at the clearings.
And I
You're
have-
about, what did I say, like 20 feet, 25 feet away from the opening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can run the 30 feet of my maximum, being 5 feet in the cave.
Yep.
And within 5 foot reach
Yep.
is my melee range. I'm going to try and attack this goblin with my greatsword.
Excellent. Do it.
Which one is that? Oh, there we go. That is a 12.
That'll hit. These guys
Excellent.
are pretty not well armed. So go ahead and roll damage.
Wait. You hit him with a 12. I had a 13 on my first attack, and I didn't hit him.
Oh, you had a 13.
Yeah. Yeah.
I fucked that up. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We'll resolve that after
That's okay.
after we resolve this.
I hit him for 7.
You hit him for 7 damage. Okay. You fucking bloody this son of a bitch up and serve him up ripe for a kill. And you and Vex both like lock eyes in this, and you're like, let's fucking do this. And we're gonna do a joint kill because I feel bad about fucking up with Alex's armor class.
Okay.
This is also gonna like work to further
Your
deepen the
teamwork.
bond between you two that already exists.
So
right.
Vex.
I ran in from the left side, so I'm going to say I had come in and swung down on near his pelvis across his left leg.
So I think what's happened is Vex like swung to the left or swung to the right, and the goblin dodged to the left directly into Ellis's sword. Just like
Perfect.
the goblin's like, you can't fucking gone.
So what would have potentially like gouged his left leg has now perfectly split and is now stuck in the middle of his sternum.
Yep.
You guys
Exactly.
are fucking brutal.
Yep.
All right, and thus ends the tale of Jerry and Kenny. God damn it.
Vex is gonna look up at Ellis and say, I had him.
Yeah, you had him.
So you
And I
guys
pull my sword out of him.
then look up and realize you're in the cave, right? The two of you are in the
Yep.
cave, and with the light that's spilling in, you can see what's in this room, and you actually see what is on my screen currently, and you are in this room with a river leading into it, and you
Out of
see several doors and passageways leading throughout this cave. We're gonna go out of combat. Do you want to regroup with your party, or I guess we can figure out how you guys want to deal with this? Vi,
Now
I'm gonna
that
need
both
the
of
name
them
of that.
are done,
I'm gonna need the name of that novel, Vi, whenever you get a chance.
I'm gonna take off my hat. How big is this cave? Or is this a good stopping point?
This is a pretty big cave. Each one of these squares on this cave is 5 feet.
yeah. I was
Okay,
gonna
so-
say I'll wait for the rest of the party to kind of walk towards Vex and I.
Okay.
But we could probably call it here.
I would like to regroup
Mhm.
and bonk everyone on the head with my quarterstaff and start yelling at them.
You want to be actually physically yelling at them.
Yes.
Okay, we'll resolve that next time.
Perfect.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through highways till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on